I decided that I wanted to modify my Nerf Rapid Strike after seeing some of the videos that Coop 772 does. Looked like fun. I've always modified my Nerf guns. Every Nerf gun I've ever had, I think I've modified. Some of you will be familiar with the Aliens Sentry gun that I built, which has got a it's a fairly extensive unit, fully battery powered with the battery pack that I built there. Large 12 volt, 7 amp hour batteries, which runs the whole thing. There's a speaker system built into it with an amplifier. There's a 6x9 mid-woofer and a tweeter at the front with a crossover network and a car amplifier and etc. etc. It runs on a passive infrared detection system and has a highly modified Nerf Stampede in it. It's had springs, voltage, air restriction, all that sort of stuff's all been done on it. I've put strobes in the barrel to give you, in the muzzle to give you a muzzle flash, etc. etc. There's another video. I'll chuck up a link actually so you can see it in operation in the top right corner of this video. But yeah, I just got this new Rapid Strike, which looked like a real cool gun. So I thought, well, yeah, me being me, I can't leave it alone. I've got to modify it. Had a look at how Coop had done it. Looks like a good idea. So I'm going to go down the same avenue as what he did of rewiring it, getting rid of the switches, etc. etc. But I started mucking around with it initially. I wanted to put a muzzle flash mod on it. Not a lot of people seem to do it. I've only seen a couple of other ones on YouTube. One guy in particular that has a Stampede that he's done, which looks phenomenal. It looks really good, and that was a bit of an inspiration for how I wanted to do mine. Now I'm mad for a black and silver paint job. As you can see, I've already painted the majority of this black. Now what I like to do is I like to have a silver barrel. Now this works really well with how I want to modify this. Now as you can see, I have actually separated this internal piece from the outer shell. Fairly easy to do. It came pretty much apart. There was just a couple of small clips along this bottom edge here that you just got to sort of pry out and push through so that you can get it out, and then it's pretty easy. Now what I have done is on each side of it I have put in these LED strips. Now there's 4 SMD or super bright LEDs that run back, and I've just got the wiring sort of tucking through there, going back into the main body of the blaster. Now there's one of those set up on either side. I don't know if you can see that one. Yeah, there it is there. Now from the outside of the gun, this is going to be a bit tricky. Let me see if I can show you without dropping all my internals here. From the outside of the gun, you can't see them. So they're virtually invisible from the outside of the gun. If you get right up in there, you can sort of just start to make them out at the end there. But now the idea is that then the silver barrel will insert in here. I won't bother putting the end piece on just for now, just to sort of give you an idea of what the go is, and then that piece goes on. So you've got this type of effect. So as you can already see, you can see the reflection of those LEDs in the side of the barrel. Now once you've got the top piece on, I'll just sort of mock this up for now, just to give you an idea. Once you've got this top piece on, basically all you see, you don't see the LEDs at all you see is that reflection. So when those LEDs actually fire, you get the reflection bouncing off the barrel out through this gap here, and it gives you a really good sort of muzzle flash effect. I haven't actually had a chance to hook it up to the firing mechanism of the gun as yet. That's something I'm about to do. In doing it, I sort of decided that I also wanted a breech flash, so that I've left my breech door clear. So, or just the front edge of it is black, but the main body of it is clear. Now, what I've done is I've got this SMD light here, which Fits in here perfectly. It is exactly the right size. It's got 8 super bright LEDs, and it fits in that little gap there just perfectly. That won't be interfered with by the magazine or anything. The magazine actually slides up over in front of it, and the darts load in, and it won't get in the way at all. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just in the process of pulling it apart. Started doing the muzzle flash mod, and then I decided that I'm going to run with the whole coupe mod and just rewire the motors and everything. So I'm just about to pull it apart and rewire the motors, etc. And get rid of the safety switches and all that sort of rubbish, because as Coupe says, you don't need them, and all they do is get in the way and cause drama. So I'm going to get rid of all that, rewire it, and I'll come back to you once I've got this thing working. Alright, so I'll sign off and I'll see you again shortly. Here's the end result. All back together. All the locks are removed and everything, so hope you can see this alright. So there you go, there's my muzzle flash mod for the Rapid Strike.